Yes, sir. First and foremost, I'd like to give the proper respect to Southern Miss, their coaching staff, their players. They're a very talented ball club. Provide a lot of different challenges, both offensively and defensively. And so I want to pay the proper respect to them. They do a great job. I've got a lot of respect for their coach and just their players in general, very familiar with them. Really proud of our girls. As we come into this tournament, we have an edge about ourselves. It started in the preseason rankings. This team prepares and has bought into the vision. In terms of tonight's game, I thought we got down, but we never quit. We only gave up 6 offensive rebounds. I feel like they had 3 in the first half, only 3 in the second. I feel like they got 3 of those in the first minute or two. The biggest thing about tonight was it was a game of 2 halves, if you will. I feel like our girls came out in the second half when Nakaya made that 3 to close it in the first to cut it to 1. You could see a different feel and energy in our eyes. I thought we were a little tight last time we played them for senior night. Obviously, we missed 53 shots. But our girls had phenomenal practices and showed their age and maturity. But tonight I just thought we did a really good job of just moving the ball, sharing the ball. Obviously, Nakaya's stat line says that she had 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. And I just thought she was phenomenal tonight, a great floor general. Hard-fought win. As we know, we still haven't done anything, right? So we didn't come here just to play 1 or 2 games. I mean, that's not our goal. Like Nakaya said, we're on to the third quarter. That's the most important quarter for the season. So just really proud of our girls and the way they executed. And it's a 40-minute game, and we continue to battle. Marissa Gassaway, I thought, was phenomenal tonight. When you look at her stat sheet, she goes for 13 and 13, 13 big points, 13 rebounds. Kiki's a soldier and a warrior. She got hit in the eye. She comes back and gets 11 and 4, and with Nook being in foul trouble. So I just thought it was a total team effort, total team win by our ball club. I'm really proud of our girls. To my right is Nakia Mays Prince, floor general point guard, incredible young lady. It's an honor to be called her coach. It's a blessing each and every day to be in her presence. To my left is Jasmine Jackson, played for us at Pearl River, won a state championship together. Hardest worker, man's always in the gym. Great kid, responds the right way to everything, especially adversity. Phenomenal mom, just an incredible kid. So it's a blessing to be called their coach.
All right, we'll open up for questions. First one for Nakaya and Jasmine. You got 7 of your teammates in double figures. Just talk about the true team effort that tonight's match was.
I'll go first. Southern Miss is a great basketball team, and I feel like, we felt like for us to be able to beat them tonight, that we had to play team basketball, and it can't be individual basketball. And I feel like we went on that heavy. I had 9 assists. I just looked for my teammates all night, and they executed every single time down the court. We had 15 assists in total, but we also only had 8 turnovers.
Yep.
So I feel like that was a big part of it too. Like, we just tried to play team basketball and try to be an and team, not a but team, and we tried to just play defense for real. And we let our defense create our offense, so we just went on from there.
Yeah, to piggyback off what Kaya saying, it's definitely about playing team basketball. We all wanted it. We met up, we talked about it, about the things we had to do. So everybody's on the same page. It was just playing unselfish basketball. So when we're all just on the same page like that, the results show.
And then, Coach, for you, you talked about dominating the third quarter. You look at the shot percentages, and it might not be there, 50% from 3, 45% from the floor. But it just seemed like every time, you had an isolation shot, your girls were sinking it down. Just talk a little bit about the mindset and when you start seeing those shots go through.
Well, obviously the last time we played them, we missed way too many shots, 53 to be exact, and that was out of character for our team. I still thought we missed some easy layups tonight, some easy second chance opportunities, and we left points on the table. Nakaya talked about being an and team versus a but team, and what she means by that is we do this and we do that. We're not a team, and we're not focused on, we did this, but we didn't do that. And that's something that we've instilled in our program as being an and team and an and individual. I did this and I did that. Not I did this, but I didn't do that. One of the goals that we came into the game, and I told the girls last night in film, and we talked about this morning, whatever team won 3 quarters was going to win the game. And obviously when you look at the stat sheet, I didn't realize that until now, but we won 3 of the 4 quarters. And I told our girls that in film last night and this morning. Whichever team wins 3 of the 4 quarters, You can't win 2. You got to find a way to win 3. When we did that and we erupted in the second, obviously it carried over to the third and well as the fourth.
And then a question back to both of the players. You guys outscored Southern Miss 23-3 in second chance points. You out-rebounded them offensively 19-6. Just talk a little bit about, what goes into that effort in the team huddles, really getting after the basket and the boards.
I think us being a defensive team, like that's our main focus. We always want to make sure we're getting rebounds, just staying in the gaps, doing what we have to do on defense, because that's what creates our offense. That's what gets us in motion. And so defense, just rebounding, that's always been a main factor for us.
Coach Mack could be so proud of me. She said will over skill. And I feel like tonight that we had a lot of will. Like, we wanted to guard the ball. We wanted those rebounds. And we had the mindset that, like, it's kill or be killed right now. Like, we need this to advance. So I feel like just going up in there with the will or skill mindset, like, we wanted it. And it shows on the stat sheet and the scoreboard. So, yeah.
And then, Coach, just looking forward to the matchup tomorrow. What do you see out of that team? And, how do you feel like your women are really playing their best basketball at the right time?
Yeah, and we talk about effort, and effort's between you and you, right? And that's something that you can control. From the time you wake up in the morning, you have choices that you make all throughout the day. And a positive attitude is a magnet for a positive result. And you got to stay the course in life. Obviously, basketball is a great teacher in life, right? So you got to stay the course. Teams are going to get, they're going to score. You got to get stops. You got to respond the right way. We always talk about talking to ourselves, therefore we'll listen to ourselves. But how do we talk to ourselves? Are we positive with that? Are we moving and stepping in the right direction? Are we walking and talking in the right direction? I think from day one, this team's been moving the needle in the right direction. Yeah, we played a gauntlet schedule and played some Power 4 teams, but I felt like that really prepared us for league play. When you look at, Emma Grace said this was the first time we've won 2 games in the Sun Belt tournament. This team is believed in a vision, and from day one, we understand, who we are, where we've been, where we're going. A lot of respect for Old Dominion. Very talented ball club as well. Very extremely well coached. At the end of the day, though, I will say this, and this is for our Louisiana people. We were the hardest hit parish in Louisiana, especially northeast Louisiana. And there's no excuses. Old Dominion beat us flat out. They beat us straight up. There's no questions about it. But what our girls went through on that trying time, we played Marshall on that Friday. That was the last night that we had running water or electricity. And those girls slept in a cold room in an apartment, didn't take a hot shower, and we got on a plane, had to carpool to the airport. Nobody's going to feel sorry for us. And from that moment on, we talked about no excuses. And we didn't want nobody to feel sorry for us. We had to take 3 different flights to get our ball club to Norfolk, Virginia when we played them the last time. It was the first night we slept in a warm room and had hot water. There again, nobody feels sorry for us, no excuses. And they beat us handily on their court. And so we talked as a team. We had a very good long team meeting right after that game. And I can tell you that was the direction of the turning point in this season with this team. And we accepted. We took responsibility. We took accountability. Then we went on the road and beat App State for the first time in school history, and we were 0-15 against them. So I could see the potential for this team, and I think our girls could see it and feel it as well, that we were moving the needle in the right direction. We may not have been on the right side of the scoreboard, but sometimes in life, sometimes when you lose, you really win. And sometimes when you win, you can win the wrong way. This team's lost the right way. We take lessons from that. We continue to get better. They have an edge about themselves, and they're not ready for the season to be over. And I think you see that with our play and our effort and our hustle and passion.
And then just to close that out, Nakai and Jasmine, if you want to just build on that, what Coach said, and just kind of from a player's perspective.
Yes, I feel like we have some of the hardest workers in the gym every day, no matter the outcome. When we lose, we in the gym in the morning just trying to bounce back. We're never down for too long. We just all stick together, and I think that's just what separates us. Like, we really show love for each other, and we all want it just as bad. So I think we just continue keeping that up. That's what's going to take us far.
For me, I love this program because, it's about skill at the end of the day, but I became a better person here, and that made me become a better basketball player. And I feel like a lot of us take on that, and we just try to make good decisions on and off the court, and it builds on the court. And also, we're one of the oldest teams in D1. We have a lot of seniors, so it's like we have something to fight for. Like, we're all, this is our last year. Like, it's do or die. It's kill to be killed right now. So I feel like us taking on that mentality, wake up every day hungry. Like, it don't matter. Like, win, lose, or draw, it's never a game that we lost that we wasn't in the gym the next day together. It was never a game that we lost or one that we wasn't building on the next thing. Like, we don't dwell on the past. We just, nobody cares. We got to move on and do better for the next thing. And we make a lot of adjustments. And it's a lot, but we take on that responsibility, and we have the willpower to just be better people here.